Catholic Radio. This is your host, Taylor Schroll. It is a dreary day outside of the Red Sea Radio Studios in College Station, Texas, but it is a wonderful day inside as we celebrate our 100th episode. We are so excited for today's show. We have 8, yes, count them, 8 guests lined up. We'll get to this segment in a second, but later on in the show, you can look forward to Lance Rosen from the Coaster, Alex Gotay, Chris Bartlett, J.P. Quinn, all returning to the show. Another secret surprise guest making her debut on Forte Catholic in the final segment, so stay tuned for that. Here in the first segment, though, we have a very, very special guest coming from episodes 68 and 69, right around the time of the Super Bowl. Everybody's favorite character from Forte Catholic. His name is Rocco, big Philadelphia Eagles fan. Rocco, how you doing this afternoon, buddy?
Hey, Taylor, it's great to be back here. So good to be back on the Forte Catholic show, the Catholic Fort show. I like it. It's great. Eagles!
We have so many great guests.
Go Eagles!
Somehow this fake person is my
favorite.
So
we won our opening game. Nick Foles, baby. Nick Foles. Philly. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Philly.
Yeah, you were explaining this a little bit to me. So y'all ran the Philly special again, which is the play that pretty much won y'all the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you ran it again.
I want to just remind people, remember, in the Super Bowl, Nick Foles, he caught his ball. Tom Brady, he didn't catch his ball.
He didn't.
And who won that? Who won that Super Bowl?
The Eagles.
Who's still the Super Bowl champions? Eagles!
They absolutely are.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay,
yes.
So thank you, Lord. We got to get into that in just a second. But I never knew. I always heard it as a Philly special. You told me it had a different name with a different connotation. What they got going on over there?
Yeah, if you're if you like to enjoy an adult beverage from time to time, you might know that there's everybody's favorite brand, Bud Light. They have some commercials out there to run, the Dilly Dilly. And Doug Peterson, the genius, offensive genius. Doug Peterson, they call it Philly. That's the name of that play, Philly. You
kind of started sounding like Thaddeus Romansky there real quickly.
Philly.
Here's what we got to do. I got one more question for Rocco.
This is Rocco Cucuzilo, okay?
Yeah.
Rocco Cucuzilo. Don't mistake it.
I had to text my buddy how to spell that for the last episode. But
hey, I want to give a shout out.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my boy Adam Earhart. He moved back to the fatherland. He's back. Well, not close to the fatherland. He's in Virginia now, but he's back there. Adam,
I don't know what just happened. Can I ask you my final question, Rocco? You mentioned the Lord, and every time you come on, we ask you about your faith experience. How has it been going the last few weeks for you?
Hey, ever since the Eagles got that big win in the Super Bowl, they were the underdog. Nobody believed in them. Nobody thought they could do it. Just like nobody believed in our Lord, and he did it. He rose again on the third day.
Nobody believed
he did
in
it.
him.
Nobody believed in him. I mean, none of the apostles believed in him. Just St. John was there, right?
And his mom, all the women believed in him.
And the blessed mother, right? The BVM, that's right. Eagles the same way. So my faith has been, it's come back. It's just come back so strong, and lots of prayers. I've been coming to mass every Sunday, getting more involved in my parish, Our Lady of Good Help, and I feel really strong about my faith, especially because the football season is starting off really, really well.
Well, that's great, Rocco. It's great to have you back. We'll definitely have you back on. Sam, can we give him a round of applause as Rocco walks out of here? Sam is ready for this. There we go. All right, see you later, Rocco. Thanks again for coming.
Go Eagles!
Go Eagles. All right. Nothing like going straight from Rocco to two priests. Okay, so we have two guys on the line right now. They've been forced to listen to all of this as they wait for their part of the segment. So on the line, we have two of my favorite priests, my two favorite priests in the entire world. Father Jared Cooke and Father Anthony Sciarappa, who are both on the line. Fathers, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Congratulations.
That was great. I did that on purpose. I wanted to I thought about asking you both separately. I wanted to see who answered first, because a big part of this entire segment, we are going to decide and find out as a group who my favorite priest is out of the two of you. Does that sound fair?
Totally fair.
Yes.
Totally fair.
I'm very focused. I'm ready.
I'm glad it's very public, that people will hear this. But before we do that, I want to just kind of remind people of who you are. So we'll start with, and I'm going to be very fair in this. Every time I ask a question, I'll start with one of you, and then we'll do it kind of like a snake draft so that it's fair. We'll start with Father Jared Cooke. A lot has changed since your last episode. You came on the show a few months ago. You are no longer in this town. Why don't you just give the people a little update into how your life has changed?
All right. Well, yeah, I was definitely in Bryan College Station as of a couple months ago. And I guess the Holy Spirit had other plans as expressed through my bishop, Bishop Joe Vasquez. And I am now in the heart of our diocese in Austin. And I am at a very large parish doing my thing here as the associate pastor. I'm now at St. Thomas More in Austin. And transition's going well, still going on, but I'm here.
It's changed a lot of things, because you came back on, I checked, episode 82. And after we recorded that, this is episode 100, obviously. After that episode, we both decided that we wanted you to be a regular on the show. We were thinking weekly, every other week, maybe even monthly. It's been 18 weeks, and this is your first appearance back on the show. So thanks for finally giving me your time.
Oh, my gosh. Again, by design, Taylor, by design.
Okay, so because you said that, we're going to move to my current favorite priest, Father Anthony Sciarappa.
Oh, man.
Who came on...
Yeah, how many weeks has it been since I've been on your podcast?
Only 12. Only 12.
Well, I mean, there's some evidence. Write that down.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think the first point goes to Father Anthony. So you came on back on episode 88 and really kind of launched me into this whole Catholic Twitter thing. Nobody really cared who I was until I was friends with you. And
yeah, I apologize.
No. It's actually been quite a bit of fun. But here's the deal. Here's my first question for you. I have had multiple people. There are 2 on the show tonight. There was going to be 3, but one had to cancel. Womp womp. 3 people, at least, who have been on my show that after coming onto my show, they start a new podcast. So here's my question. Do I really make this look that easy, or does everybody just think they can do it better than me?
Yes.
That is the most Catholic answer I've ever heard. You dodged controversy. I really wanted the controversy.
Both and, my friend. Both and.
Both and. Well, you're both smart and a pansy for the way that you answered that question. So you have a new podcast. The last time you came on, we talked about the flu, which I think is the greatest thing ever to happen to mankind after the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So why don't you explain your new podcast just very quickly?
Yes, my new podcast is called Clerically Speaking. Myself and Father Harrison Nair do this weekly podcast where we talk a little bit about what's going on Twitter and what's going on in the Catholic world. And then we kind of take a deeper dive into a certain issue. We've talked about discernment of spirits, Jordan Peterson, and the podcast comes out on Friday. And that's what we're doing.
I have really enjoyed it so far. It's really cool to hear 2 priests talking on the podcast at the same time. Oh, look, it's what I'm doing. Okay, great. So here's what happened. I've gotten Father Jared in trouble with a seminarian online and with another priest online, and one of them being you, Father Anthony. So I talked about both of you on my podcast last week. There may or may not have been a drinking game involved with how many times I mentioned Father Anthony last week. Check the Twitters for that. But so did you not see that? Is that news to you? That's fantastic. So
no.
Father Anthony, what did you tweet after listening to last week's episode?
What did I tweet after listening to last week's episode?
I'll give you a hint.
no.
It has to do with Father Jared Cooke, who's on the line with you right now.
Oh, yeah. I think I added you. I'm like, do I have to fight this priest? Is that what's going to have to happen? Oh, we have to get a fight? Because I
We're
will.
gonna have to fight, duke this out.
Okay, so
Who is this guy? Who is this Jared guy? Father Jared. I've never heard of him. Who is he?
exactly,
Is he
because
on Twitter? I'll fight him.
one of you is popular on Twitter, the other is popular on Instagram, and you're not on, either of you are not on the other, so you can't fight each other, which is why I brought you on now to
Yeah.
fight. So, Father
Oh,
Jared,
I
what
like
was
it.
your reaction when I sent you that tweet that was saying that I have another priest, with another man with a collar, fighting you for absolutely no reason?
I said, ding, ding, let's do this.
Okay, so ding, ding, let's do this. We're getting right into this game. Sam, we're going to play some music under this game. I'm going to go ahead and explain it. Father Anthony has been known to be a very large wrestling fan because he had no friends growing up. So we're going to play this game. It makes sense. One of you is a wrestling fan, and one of you is a good holy priest. So we're going to play this game. I didn't say which. I'll just let you fight over it. Okay, so I'm just kidding. You're both two of my favorite priests, but we are going to decide which one is my favorite with this game. This game is called Which Rock Said It. I'm going to give you a quote going back and forth. Father Anthony, you're going to start. And you have to answer whether it was Peter, the rock on which the church was built, or the rock, the wrestler. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Very simple premise. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, Sam, let's get some music for the backgrounds of this. Just pick anything you think would be good. Okay. Father Anthony, I'll never be full. I'll always be hungry.
That is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That is 1 point for Father Anthony. Okay? Father Jared, you're already losing. How does that make you feel?
Thanks for that.
All right. Here's yours. When he speaks to you, he speaks with an earnest voice.
That sounds like Peter, the Rock.
That is incorrect.
No.
That is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Father Anthony with the early lead. Next question.
Biblical of him.
Yeah, for real. What's funny is you can't see this. He's just standing here like with his shirt off, staring at me and flexing. The Rock is. Okay. All right. Not like in person on this game that I'm playing. Okay.
Right.
He's also here. He's in the next segment. Okay.
That's amazing.
Don't give... who am I talking to? Father Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. Don't give the opposition a second thought, even through thick and thin.
That's definitely the Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's no way that's Peter.
That's Peter. 1 Peter 3:18.
What?
I did not know Peter cut great promos like that.
Yeah, 1 Peter
Bible. This is
3:18.
embarrassing.
Everybody's favorite Bible verse. All right. Father Jared, you can tie this up. Your
Right.
house started to shake. The heavens opened and God himself spoke to you.
We're going to try scriptural on that again. That's definitely Peter.
You're so bad at this game. That's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh my, are you kidding me?
This isn't
This
looking...
is a way better game than I thought it was going to be.
It's just because you're winning, you punk. Okay. So,
I mean, half of it, yeah.
Father Anthony, these people are nothing but brute beasts born in the wild.
Oh, let's go with Peter.
2 Peter 2:12. That is correct.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Father Anthony has 2 points. Father
Oh,
Jared
man.
still with the big blank. All right. Don't lose a minute in building on what you've been given.
We're going to go biblical again. That's Peter, the Rock.
Absolutely. 2 Peter 1:5-9. I think that was a paraphrase because there's no way that was 4 verses long. All right. She returned to save the lives of you and your people.
That is Peter.
That is The Rock. All right, Father Jared, you only have, I think this, if you get this one wrong, it's over.
Okay.
I want to be a man who is truthful and who won't let pride get in the way.
Oh, snap. They both could have said that. Let's switch it up. I'm gonna go with Dwayne.
Dwayne, you got a point. All right.
Oh, man.
Father Anthony, if you get this one right, you win, though. You'll take the lead, and it will be final. Ever since our ancestors died, everything goes on as it has since the beginning.
Oh, man. Let's go with The Rock.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. That is 2 Peter. Father Jared, if you get this right, you will forever be tied, or we'll have to find y'all some other way.
All right.
Father, if you get this wrong, Father Anthony wins.
Okay.
All right. I'm unaware of what tomorrow brings.
Oh. We're gonna go Johnson.
Johnson? You're
Dwayne The Rock.
absolutely correct. It comes down to a tie. Oh my goodness. I did not see this coming. Oh man. I don't even have a tiebreaker. I guess this was meant to be. I guess y'all have to both stay my favorite priests.
Beautiful.
I'm not okay with
Love it. I'm okay with this for now.
Okay with it for now. What's the irony of all this is I think you would both be very good friends if we lived together, but for some reason, because of me, you're pitted against each other.
Right?
Yep.
What is
That's
this?
just how it has to be.
And it also looks like you made it where they would tie. And so now you can just keep them fighting against each other forever.
No, I actually wanted clarity from this. I actually wanted it. But just because they're very bad at this game, we didn't get a winner.
Oh God.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad that both of you are my two favorite priests, despite your intense lack of scriptural knowledge.
Oh man.
All right. Before we go, we got 45 seconds. I need best recent priest story from the both of you. Father Anthony, go ahead.
Best recent priest story. Some parishioners dropped off a bunch of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale for me and my brother priest. So that's a good story for me.
That's fantastic. Father Jared.
Ooh. I dropped the liturgy book for baptisms in the baptismal font. Yeah, I had to buy a new one.
All right. Well, that is a -1 point. Father Anthony is my favorite priest.
That is so lame.
That's so great. Thank you both for coming on. Y'all are awesome.
All right.
Now they both don't like me. It's great. All right. So we will be right back for our next segment of the show. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Forte Catholic. Yes, it's still us. We got new music. It's only been 100 episodes, but we finally got some new bumper music for you. We've got two great guests today, but I first of all got to plug the musician. Brandon Morell, Be the Symbol, Catholic rapper. Go check him out wherever you get your music. He is the lucky man who made me a lucky man by giving us some new music. All right, we've actually got one of his buddies on the show today, Alex Gotay, along with Mr. Lance Rosen from the Coaster Podcast. Let's go to Alex first. Alex,
what's goody?
I got new music, dude, from your bro, Mr. Morell.
I saw that. I mean, I heard that from the little homie, man. That's like my little brother, man. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, and we're all
I was over here twerking.
Yeah.
Dance. Just playing.
Okay. Well, the connection's bad. We gotta let you go. No, it's all good, man. So we got you. You came on right at the beginning, dude. We've been close for a while. Me, you, and Brandon are all gonna be hanging out in a couple of weeks for one of your retreats. You came on episode 5, way back at the beginning, and episode.
Dang, man, was it that long?
Yeah,
that was that long ago.
95 episodes ago. Then you came on in the middle at 52.
So I'm an OG.
You are. You are just. You just so old.
Original. To like Snoop.
You kind of look like him too. All right, speaking, you look like him. We got to talk to somebody that looks exactly the opposite of you. Our other guest in this segment is Lance Rosen from the Coaster Podcast. Lance, what's going on, man?
What's happening, man?
Wow.
Just hanging out.
We're having a blast. So
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. It's
100.
Yeah,
that's
congratulations,
huge, man.
bro.
100. Nobody's taken me off the air yet, and people still listen on the podcast. It blows me away.
Is this your public apology show or what?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I've never made a mistake. I've never done anything wrong on the air. So why would I apologize?
True. No, it's true. Yeah.
All I've ever said was nice things to you, Lance.
No, I didn't. Hey, I'm not insinuating anything, man. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
All right.
Just wondering.
Yeah. How's this going to work? We're going to continue to have this the epitome of witty banter back and forth. But I've got a couple of questions from either of you, and we'll get a little bit of commentary from everybody going on. Alex.
Okay.
You came on. We talked about racism on episode 5. We talked about rap on episode 52. We're going to get into some of the stuff that you talked about in your summer series this year on pop culture and faith. But first, my first question is all about everybody that comes on my show either gets a podcast or their life changes tremendously after. Like I don't know what it is about hearing my voice, but it just inspires people. So you got a new job. Why don't you tell the good people what you're doing?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I am director of campus ministry at St. Thomas High School here in H-Town, Houston, Texas. So yeah.
So it's all boys school.
A lot has changed.
All boys
school, all dude school, all dude. St. Thomas Aquinas, ran by Brazilians. From St. Basil, they corrected me whenever I got there. I'm like, I got like 3 masters in this. I know how to say this in my doctorate. Yeah, so the kids corrected me. It's St. Basil.
You were saying it like the spice, basil?
Yeah, I was saying it like we learned it in grad school, bro. Like
St. Basil, right next to St. Paprika and St. Cayenne.
Sofrito, that's on the Spanish side. Some Goya. I don't know anything about that.
The Goya, anyway. Beans. That must be her husband.
Yeah.
All right, so
play way too much.
That's what you got going on. Speaking of having a lot going on, Lance and I, it was a little interesting getting this scheduled. So I sent him, like I sent everybody else, the same text message. I sent him a message on Instagram with the same instructions. Nobody else had any questions. It was very straightforward. I said, hey, I'm having 9 guests on tomorrow. Rank the slots in order. We're going to have 3 guests on each slot, blah, blah, blah. I put all the 3 times. And then in the next message, like immediately after, it says all in Central Time, and the first one is full now. He responds an hour later saying, what time zone are these in? And I'm like, literally the sentence above this text answers that question. So all I replied was, bro, like what's going on?
Yeah. My life in a text. Scroll up, bro.
Yeah, maybe that's why you two were matched up here, because y'all are the worst people to talk to through texting. It's the worst.
Well, in my defense, I don't spend my entire life waiting for someone to text me on Instagram.
Well, when you know I'm going to text you,
man, that's good preaching right there, brother.
Taylor.
When you know I'm going to text you, you better be waiting with bated breath.
You're not my primary vocation, troll.
Amen. Right? Amen. Boom.
Ironically enough, you haven't been busy with your primary vocation, and you're currently skipping out on your primary vocation to be on the air with me. So
shots fired.
Yeah, my newborn is asleep right now, so you're lucky.
Oh, so you only talk to me when your primary vocation is asleep. That's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, which is next to never, which is the way I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is our relationship.
I apologize. Yeah, it's in the
the Canadian just apologized right after making fun of me. That's amazing.
Yeah. I
didn't apologize for making fun of you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't apologize for making fun of you. I just apologized in general because that's what we do up here.
Sorry.
No. I just think y'all should fight. I'm the ref, IBJJF professional.
Oh, yeah,
got it.
He'd take me for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm punches.
I'm a
I'm all
monster.
right. I'm all right with admitting that.
Yeah.
All right. I'd have to finish you off soon because I don't have the stamina to last more than 2 rounds. So
Yeah, I just run around the block and then it'd be all over.
yeah.
You know when you're a little kid, you get the pain on the side?
Yeah. Catch up, man. Like, wait up, dude. What are you doing up there?
Little kid. I'm so old. I get the pain in my side and the top and the bottom and the other side. And everything hurts. So here's the deal.
Well,
Not only did we figured it out with Lance. He was like, okay, it's Central Time. My bad. I didn't see that. And then we after, like, he says, my rain is everywhere. He meant my brain. My rain is everywhere. He said,
Nice.
okay, so can I do the first earliest one? The other part of that message, it said it's all in Central Time. The first one is full.
Oh, man.
And he's like, well, why did you offer
bro.
it? I'm like, bro, they were minutes apart. Come on now. Okay, so all of this
man,
just...
he got a newborn, man. Cut him some slack, bro.
he's
And a toddler. Give me a break.
He's got the
and
newborn.
a toddler.
And
I'm
a
surprised.
toddler.
He's probably like locked in the bathroom right now, so we can have this conversation.
I'm out on our deck right beside my barbecue.
See?
Right now.
See what I'm saying?
It's exactly.
See what I'm saying?
You know.
You locked
Yeah,
your
I got 3
toddler in
boys,
the
trust
bathroom
me,
for
I
this?
remember.
No, my toddler's not in the bathroom.
That's what Alex
Wow.
said, I thought.
Wow.
Alex, do you
Working
lock
in
your
muscle,
toddler in the bathroom?
That's how rumors get started.
Yeah. We're praying for Taylor, bro. We're praying for Taylor. Extend your hands if you're listening. Extend your hands to your phones or radio, whatever.
Proxy.
Whatever you listen to. Yeah.
You don't know what direction I currently am, so you can't pray for
It
me.
doesn't
You
matter.
can't extend
God
your
does.
hands.
He'll
God
get you.
does.
God is omniscient, my brother.
He'll give you his
He knows it all.
You got to
He
be
knows
like
it all.
that Indian lady and have hands going in every direction with, like, because she's got like 12
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So one of the other, you've got the toddler, you've got the baby, and you just started teaching in your new school year. So why don't you just explain to everybody, just make a case for why you have just been a brainless person for the last couple of weeks.
Well, I mean, well, that's pretty harsh. I mean, it's true. But...
No, man.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, sorry
about that. No, I just started a new position teaching religious studies at a Catholic high school. Last year, I was teaching automotive and auto body at a public high school, and so this year I'm actually doing kind of the reason I got my education degree, and so a lot of planning, and then. June we had our second child, and so summer was planning and figuring out how to be a family of 4, and then just the first 2 weeks of school, it's just been crazy. And so when I'm texting you, it's when I've like pulled over, come back from school, right before I go in the house, or the minute when I like am washing my hands after supper or whatever. Like it's just in between, so I'm fitting you in when I can. And then if there are some spelling mistakes here and there, again, I apologize.
It must be the 4th kid, because I too have 3 children, one of which is a newborn and one of which is a toddler. I too have started a new job. I too have started a school year, and I'm still able to think coherently. So I think it's just another
man than
I think it's just another proof that Texans are better than Canadians. I think that's all this is.
I think that's what it is.
I'll let you have it.
You got nothing left to fight. Okay, so
no, I'm just lying in a pile of mush right now.
Did your baby make that pile of mush? Never mind. Don't answer that. Okay, so
family show.
Family show. So one of the things, Lance, that we've been having some fun with is this banter back and forth between our shows, kind of having this fake beef on Twitter and going back at each other on each other's shows. You keep taking my name in vain on your episodes. Like there's this new thing that Catholic podcasts are doing, that they're like saying mentions, like, and they're posting who they mentioned in the show. You're mentioning me like every week, man. You're breaking the commandment of keeping Taylor's name in vain.
Oh, I didn't get that memo.
You didn't get the memo?
Fight.
I didn't get the commandment memo. In our defense, last week we were actually doing something that you wanted to see done.
Okay, so
right.
I told you before the show that I was mad at you, and
because I did it before you did. Or
no. Okay, so you kept saying on this episode, what you did is I've wanted the Catholic Drinking Show to come back forever with Sarah Vabulous, and I've been. Yeah. I have been over and over again asking her for this, and I'm like willing to help her start it again. You, on your show, you completely stole my idea. You said, oh, there were people on Twitter talking. No, it wasn't people on Twitter. It was me. And I was the one who had the idea. I was the one helping her. And then you're like, oh, no, I'll just do it, and she'll be a part of my show. And I just think y'all should fight. I am glad that Sarah's back. I am so glad that Sarah's back. It takes work off of my plate. Congratulations. You did it. But you saying that it was your idea, that you had a brilliant idea while looking at Twitter. You had a brilliant idea while looking at Twitter because it was my tweets and it was my idea.
Well, you're not aware of the DMs in the background before that conversation even happened.
Boom. There you go.
I've been on this for years. There's no way that you beat me.
So you've been talking with Sarah about this for years. Well, again, I apologize.
I'm 28 years old. I've been talking to Sarah about this for 37 years.
37 years, yeah. Again, the math is something we need to work on with you.
Yeah, well,
he did theology. Math is from the devil. Go ahead.
The only numbers I know are 1, because God is number 1 in my life. 3, because there's 3 in the Trinity. 4, because it's the perfect number. 7, because it's 4 and 3 together, making the absolute perfect number.
You lost
and number
me.
40.
You had me at hello.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. All right. Alex, we got to get to you now because you lower my blood pressure and Lance raises it. So,
I think y'all should fight.
All we know is
the pads and everything.
We're not fighting you. That's all that matters. The two of us together couldn't beat you. Okay,
it's pretty accurate.
Alex, you've been doing this summer series, and I've seen a lot of it, and it was cool. Every time you come on, we talk about pop culture and faith. We've done race before. We've done rap before. Why don't you give us an overview of some of the, like, just some examples of some of the things you did in your summer series, and dive into your favorite one. We got about 2 or 3 minutes left. Why don't you just dive into that?
All right. Overview is it's simple. Finding hints of truth in pop culture. Long story short, if you read the documents and so forth, every city sort of has a religion. And so when I read that years ago, I remember like, okay, let me stop, and how do I approach this in the world that we're in? And so pop culture, so looking at pop culture, you can kind of draw some parallels from religion to pop culture. That's the small one. Of my favorite ones was probably, off the top of my head, probably like Cardi B. That's probably what it is, because she's fresh in my mind because of stuff that happened over the weekend. Cardi B and Azalea Banks, whenever they were fighting, now she's fighting with somebody else now. Go figure. Just their back and forth, and how through dialogue and so forth. And so what I did was basically name that Azalea Banks and Cardi B calling each other out, but Azalea making some good points about people. Our actions what it is that we do have repercussions, and that's what Azalea Banks was getting out and calling out Cardi B. Is like, you say you're about this, and your actions aren't really speaking that. So I use that to kind of parallel our faith, like, whenever we sin and so forth, it just doesn't affect us. It affects the people around us, the people close to us, and so forth, So, yeah, that's probably one of the ones off the top of my head. The Little Pump one was good. In dialogue, J. Cole and Little Pump. And I want to say I used like Paul and Timothy on that one. So yeah, that's kind of the way my brain works. I look out into the world, see what's popping, what's going on in pop culture, and just like draw parallels. For me, it's my world. It's both my worlds. So it's kind of easy for me.
Yeah, you definitely bring those together. It's one of my favorite things about what you do. And speaking of some of the favorite things, Lance, we got to go back to you.
Okay.
we beef all the time. We
just won't let this go, Lance.
We beef all the time. Just like Cardi B and Iggy. I mean, we beef, but the difference is they actually don't like each other. We're big supporters of each other. I love your show.
This is true.
I listen every week. Hey, how can people go listen to it?
Head over to CatholicCoaster.com or follow us at Catholic Coaster, and it's on iTunes, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I want to say, I mean, it's like we're brothers. We quarrel, and there's much love and respect there, man. I just want to congratulate you on this 100th episode. This is huge, man, and you're doing a lot for I don't want to, like, what do you call it, the industry? But you do a lot for the genre. You do a lot for the podcast. You do a lot for ministry, Taylor. And I just want to say I do appreciate all that you do, and you're definitely an inspiration, man.
I'm going to cry.
Well, your ego's fluffed now. That's all you're getting from me.
All right, now we got to go back to fighting, I think. you silly Canadian.
I'm the ref.
Wipes his tears. Get out of here as he wipes his tears away.
I'm the ref. I'm the ref.
All right, Alex, how do the good people find you, man, on the interwebs?
Just my name, Alex, Alex Gotay, Gotay Jr. AlexGotayJr.com. That's simple. All my stuff is there.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, you're all over the social media. You can find it all there. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. Y'all have been a huge part of this Forte Catholic journey. I have everybody on this week that has been a big part of it. Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for all you've done for the show.
Our pleasure, man.
Thank
you for what you're doing.
Years. Yeah.
Thank you for what you're doing. Keep doing it, brother.
It means a lot.
All right, guys, we will be right back for our final segment. Chris Bartlett and J.P. Quinn make their return, and our secret special guest makes her debut. We'll be right back. Yo, I hope you are enjoying today's show. We're having so much fun making it. If you are enjoying the show, you can do something super easy. Take you 30 seconds to help me out and help other people hear about the show. Head on over to iTunes, wherever you are listening to the podcast. Go give it a rating and leave your review. It would be fantastic. Help more people to find the show. I would really, really appreciate it. Help me, help you, help someone else make Catholicism fun again in their life. Welcome back to Forte Catholic. Yeah, it is our 100th episode today. We are celebrating with guests galore. We've already have 5 on, 7 people have talked. We have 3 new voices here in this segment, one of which is Mr. Christopher Bartlett making his return to the show from episode 27, J.P. Quinn making his return from episode 58, and a few other just here and there to play a game or to prank phone call us or that sort of thing. And then another surprise guest that we will get to here in just 1 second. But first, we're going to go to Mr. Bartlett. Chris, how you doing this afternoon, sir?
Hello again, Tayrol. How are you?
Oh, I am just doing fantastic, buddy. It's great to have you back on episode 27. I have to give some backstory. You're one of my favorite people in real life. But
thank you.
Was my show your debut in Catholic radio?
I believe that's fair to say, yes.
Yeah, I know you've done bigger and better shows since, but it was your debut, and I feel like you thought you had to be a certain person.
I cut my teeth on your show. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did. It was funny. You were one of the most funny and just random people I've ever met. And you were so prim and proper when you came on the show. This is your chance for redemption, to show the people who you really are.
I'm untuck my shirt right now.
Okay. All right. We've also got J.P. Quinn on the line. He came on episode 58 for an interview and has been a prank caller and game player in the past as well. J.P., how are you doing, sir?
Hello, Taylor and Sam and everyone else. I'm excellent.
That's the wrong show.
I am mint.
My God, are you just going to do tropes from the Catholic Guy show? Is that all you're going to be doing this segment?
I mean, all I know is the Bears are fast.
All right. So now we're going to go to the person who, no matter what, she hasn't been on the show yet before. She will always be my favorite guest, no matter what happens today, no matter what happens with my next guest next week and the week after that. My wife is on the show for the first time in show history. The other Sam, or I guess she's the real Sam. Producer Sam is the other Sam. Sam Schroll, how are you doing?
Well, the party is here.
Are you the party?
Yes, I am.
The party didn't stop till you walk in. JP and Chris, y'all probably have heard my wife in the background on our Monday night game night. What do you think that my wife thinks about this show?
How do you do it, Sam? Oh my gosh, Taylor is such a handful.
Oh, when I hear y'all's conversations, I'm just like, I thought he was the handful.
Now, hold on. Monday night game night is our special time. That's a safe place.
That's a man place.
That might be a different version than the version you find elsewhere.
That was awesome. You didn't hear it, but you just like glitched out in your internet, and we're not going to have to edit it out because it sounded like you were a rapper. It was amazing. It was like, it was great. It was so perfect.
Yes, as my parents can attest to, Monday night game night is a listen at your own risk because it's our one time that we get to all be random men together.
Yep. I'm super holy. All right. So, JP, what do you think that my wife thinks of this show?
She supports you. I know that my wife is a big fan of your wife after you came and stayed the night with us. So, we've met in person at that pool party that we went to together, and you did all those awesome pictures taking off your shirt. So,
that needs some context.
So I think she probably supports it.
JP, you can't just say that on the radio. I was getting into the pool, and you, like a crazy person, started taking pictures of me. You made it sound much worse than it actually was.
No, that is what happened.
It is what happened. Okay, Sam.
It's the 100th episode. Anything can happen here.
Anything can happen. Okay, Sam, what do you think of the show?
Ooh, well, I love
That's
it.
That's not good.
Well, there's many things I think. I think about tons of things. But I sincerely love it. I just find it a ball, especially your guests. They're just hilarious. Like, I'm glad I get to be on the same time as JP and Bartlett. This is fun.
Yeah. Hey, I said hi to you, by the way, unintentionally. I meant the other Sam.
She used his first name and my last name. I don't know what that means, but it means something.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Good.
Y'all aren't on a first name basis yet.
Oh.
JP is the clear winner. All right. So,
winner.
Chris, I have a question for you that I asked in another segment earlier today, because essentially here's what happens. I have guests on my show, and one of two things happen. They either start their own podcast after coming on my show, or we can't talk about the second one. But but there have been multiple people who talk about or who have a podcast start after they come on my show. So my question for you is it because I make it look so easy, or everybody just thinks they can do it better than me?
Yes.
No, I want you to explain yourself, and then I'll tell you a story.
Okay, well, first of all, I didn't start my own podcast, Taylor. Ministry Leaders Anonymous is a podcast for the people. I started the podcast for the people.
You started a podcast.
Okay, we started a podcast. Yeah, Ministry Leaders Anonymous. I don't know what else to tell you other than I partnered with a mutual friend of ours who's an activator, so I didn't really have a choice after it became an idea.
Yeah, you and I are starting a podcast. So, okay.
Okay, boss.
Okay, so the funny thing is, I asked this same question of Father Anthony Sciarappa earlier in the show, and he also said the cop-out Catholic answer, the Catholic both and.
Okay.
So I called him a pansy, so I think I have to call you one as well.
Well, then call it to me.
You are a pansy.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Okay.
Takes one to know one. You're not invited to my birthday party anymore.
You've never invited me to your birthday party ever. Okay.
I don't age.
Yeah, well.
I've invited you both to my Halloween parties, and no one ever comes.
You live so far away.
You do.
Okay, JP, before I get to your next question, we have to have a little bit of context from Chris. I promise we're going to get to you. So, Chris, explain your podcast a little bit to the people that you started because I inspired you to.
Sure. Ministry Leaders Anonymous is essentially a podcast for ministry leaders. It creates a roundtable type of discussion setting to really showcase the underbelly of ministry and support those who are in the heart of it, which are ministry leaders.
So are either you or the other host anonymous?
No.
Okay, do you want your listeners to be anonymous, or do you want them to share the show?
Well, of course, I want them to share the show.
Okay, fantastic name. It's just so good. But aside from the name, I really do enjoy the show. I listen to it every week. I'm like 2 episodes behind, but I've
rename it right now. Rename it. What would you call it? Now that you've listened to the show for so long,
Avoiding the Millstone has been my vote for ever since the beginning. Avoiding the Millstone. Okay. Both Sams just went, like, that's a good idea. Like, they really liked that. Okay, but all jokes aside, I really have enjoyed the show. It's done a lot for me because I am in ministry as well. And y'all are talking about things that myself and other people in ministry struggle with or need encouragement with. And it is really, really, really good. Y'all are doing a great job. I want people to go check it out.
Praise God.
JP, you are both a fan. You're a fan of all of like the show's period. Like you, at the beginning of this segment, you started talking about the Catholic Guy show, which I'm a big fan of. You started talking about, and then you are on this show. You said that you listen to Ministry Leaders Anonymous. I see you active on the Everyday Catholics comment thread. So my question for you, as a fan of both Forte Catholic and Ministry Leaders Anonymous, and remember, this is our 100th show and a celebration of me. Which show is better?
You know, I just have to point out that the best show was my show. That was the Wake Up Hour Polka Shower that went on these airwaves before you were ever here when I gave you the station in good hands after I built it. So I'm going to do a cop-out pansy answer and say that either the Wake Up Hour Polka Shower or the Josh Groban Hour that I would randomly do for fun because no one listened were my favorite 2 shows on the station.
So essentially, I asked Chris a this or that question. He said yes to both. I asked you a this or that question. You said neither. Like this is
but
going.
We didn't lose to Everyday Catholic. Neither of us lost to Everyday Catholic. So that's the takeaway right here, Taylor.
I listen to Everyday Catholics, but yeah,
I'm a fanboy because I don't get to continue to do these things because I don't have that kind of free time and I'm not near the resources that would let me be on the airwaves anymore. And so I love
the guy with no kids just said he doesn't have any free time.
And Bartlett's over here with 18 kids. So, Sam, we're going to go to you now because I'm tired of talking to these crazy people. Sam, what has been your favorite moment or your favorite thing about Forte Catholic?
Getting to know all the interesting, keyword interesting people that you bring on the show.
Like who?
Ooh, what's his name? Yes. Wait. J.P. Quinn. The first thing that pops out of my head, I'm sorry, JP, is Jonathan Blevins.
Blevins.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, the most popular episode in show's history, most downloaded show in show's history was a few weeks ago. Jonathan Blevins, Bearded Blevins, he is a Twitch streamer sharing the gospel there. That is one of my favorite moments as well. JP, we're gonna do a promo for Forte Catholic and a promo for Ministry Leaders Anonymous. What is your favorite moment on both shows?
Both shows?
Favorite moment on Forte Catholic, favorite moment on Ministry Leaders Anonymous.
Oh, of course. You can't put me on the spot like that.
I just did.
I'll start with Ministry Leaders Anonymous. There was a point where they were talking about some things that wound up being very relevant even outside of my ministry life with just how to deal with certain types of people and volunteering and dealing with the stress of everything. So I don't even remember which episode that was from, but I texted them right after I listened to it, and I was just like, you don't realize how much this stretches beyond just ministry leaders. This was super useful for me right now. So, I mean, just the way they interact is my favorite thing, but the topics that they cover is just, it wasn't any one moment. It's just that they're talking about universal things that are helpful to everyone. For your show, Forte Catholic, I would have to say that what? You glitched again.
He did glitch again. That time, it just sounded
Me too, my friend.
He had too many adult beverages. All right, I absolutely agree with you on the Ministry Leaders Anonymous thing, or as the kids like to call it, avoiding the millstone. It's Matt and Chris's camaraderie is my favorite part of the show. But enough talking about them. Talk about me. What do you like about me?
I mean, honestly, I just like all the moments where Sam randomly interjects as the producer and just like throws havoc into things and makes you upset or angry or confused or whatever. Because I'm always like, yes, Sam, yes, you're right. Like, he's being totally ridiculous right now. Or, yeah, you're totally right. Because there was one where you like argued about some fact that you had to go look up online, and then it turned out Sam was right. And then you like argued your way into saying that you were actually right when you clearly were not right.
Yeah.
Thanks, JP.
I don't even remember what the fact was, but I just remember listening to that, like, this is such classic radio.
Oh, I remember. It was abominable.
Abominable.
That's what it was. Abominable. Or
Indomitable. The abdominal snowman.
Yeah, like, oh, the snowman that can't be dominated? Like,
That, or it could have been the one where we were talking about lakes, the shape of lakes.
Yeah,
that one too.
Yeah, I'm still convinced that most lakes are oval-like, but they're definitely not, and that's been proven on the air, but I still believe what I believe. All right, we only have a couple minutes
look
left.
At the Great Lakes. That's what I kept shouting into the radio. Look at the Great Lakes.
And then Sam said it. You shout loud enough that Sam hears you. All right, wife.
Yes.
How do you feel about me asking you on the show on episode 100? Should I have asked you on earlier? Should I have never asked you on at all?
I'm glad you asked me now because I didn't give any thought to ever be on a show. I wanted to stay away, so I'm kind of glad now because I'm more comfortable.
She says as she bounces in her chair. She's so cute, guys.
Yes.
All right, so myself and JP and Christopher often play the Fortnite together. Sam, you come in and watch. They don't know that you're there, but you definitely are most of the time. What do you think of Fortnite? What are your thoughts?
What do I think of Fortnite? Okay, just for the record, JP, Bartlett, I do not hear your conversations. I just hear the laughter and tons of laughter that Taylor obviously is happy he's playing. I like Fortnite, but I think I like it because I just watch Taylor and how he interacts with y'all because I could care less who wins. It's just funny seeing y'all complain at each other.
Yeah, well, Chris and JP play like they don't care who wins either. So.
That is true. It's not about winning. It's about the
I'm just not that good.
So
I'm playing my little heart out.
Yeah, I'm playing. That's so cute. So Chris and JP and I and our group of youth ministers that play on Monday nights play this game often. My wife played 2 games with me. She was on the Switch. I was on the Xbox. And I am thoroughly convinced that she is better already in 2 games of Fortnite than Chris or JP. I'd rather squad up with her. How does that make you feel, guys?
I'm thinking that as soon as you get home, we're going to set this up and we're going to find out if that's a true statement or not.
Oh, no.
There's no way to do it. That's the frustrating thing is there's no proving ground with the way Fortnite is set up currently. Because I would take umbrage at that fact. Especially if she's playing on a Switch. If someone is playing on a Switch, you already know they're not good at video games.
That's not true. The 4 of us can squad up right when we get home. That can totally happen. Hey, guys, thank you. Chris, thank you so much for coming on. People, go check out Ministry Leaders Anonymous. Give them the website, dude.
Oh, Ministry Leaders Anonymous something. I think it's .org or .com.
So go Google it like a normal person. JP, Thanks for coming on. Thanks for all your support, man. You're the best.
I don't have anything to plug, but I will plug that your wife needs to stop distracting you in the middle of game nights and let you just finish game night.
Okay.
JP, I love you so much. Sam, wife Sam, I love you. Thanks for coming on the show, making your radio debut. Literally nothing on this show could happen if you weren't home with the kids, taking care of them, being so awesome, allowing me to be here. I love you.
Love it.
I said I love you, and she said I love it. You want to fix that?
Okay. I love you.
Okay, thank you so much.
I love you.
Thanks, JP. Love you too, buddy. All right, guys, it's been episode 100. Thank you so much for listening. I love all of you. You're the best. Say it! All right, guys, I just wanted to stop and just say thank you so much again for listening to the show, all your support of the show, everything that you guys have done to make this episode 100 and all the ones previous possible. Y'all rock. Thanks so much. Continue to make Catholicism fun again in your own life and the lives of those around you. Peace.